we're going to chat about vision boards and why vision boards are super, super important in our lives. So first of all, before I started, I wanted to say thank you, as I mentioned before, and just wanted to quickly say who I am. So I'm Lily, as you probably have seen me in LinkedIn. I am from Colombia, moved from Bogota. It's going to be 9 years ago. And I'm also the lead product designer. I was just recently laid off, as you all know, and I do illustration in my free time because I believe when we create, we are more happy and we feel more connected with this reality that we call life. I live in New York. I'm the founder of Soul Doodles, and you probably have seen Soul Doodles around. I basically interview illustrators and artists to inspire adults to create art. So anyone who wants to start doodling or start sketching, Soul Doodles is basically that place of source of inspiration for the community. And I'm also teaching UX UI at Memorizely. So I'm going to jump very quickly in what a vision board is. A vision board, the first part is a visual representation of your goals and dreams and aspirations. And the purpose of having a vision board is to actually help you focus in what you want to achieve and what you want to take an action. So we can definitely have the vision board and have a lot of ideas and a lot of goals, but the most important part is actually seeing how you're going to get inspired into take the action for the next year, for example. And as you know, a vision board, since it's visual, is kind of like design. I don't know if all of you are UX UI designers, but we work in components. So imagine it's a library of different image, words of affirmations, quotes that are going to motivate you and are going to inspire you to take that action that I was trying to say before. And basically that resonates with what you want. So imagine it's just a different photos of like, maybe you want to travel more, maybe you want to have more friends in the area you are, or maybe you want to have love. And those different words of affirmation, I try to keep it very simple, but at the same time, I also have a lot of words of affirmations everywhere in my home that keeps me pushing where I wanted to go. So, for example, something that is super important for all of us is to be healthy. If we're not healthy, then we wouldn't have anything, right? So being healthy is super important. Find love maybe is super important to you. So like those little words are going to start bringing what you want. So, what are the benefits of having a vision board? The benefits of having a vision board is that it's going to say you first, it's going to give you clarity of what are those goals that you have in mind. Sometimes we have a lot of things in our mind that are just like all over the place, and you're like, yeah, maybe I want to do this, or maybe I should do this, and this, and this, and this. But the reality is like having a vision board, it provides you clarity of what you really actually want to have and define those goals. The second part, and I keep saying it's motivate you, it literally fuels that drive of bringing you to where you want to go. And it put that motivation that sometimes is a little bit hard to find, especially for what happened in life. It's a sort of inspiration. If you see a photo and you read a code and you see that words and you kind of like go back to that moment where you sat down and set up what you want, it basically put that little spark in yourself of like trying to believe that whatever you place in there is going to be better. Something that is super key, and I feel like right now with social media, with LinkedIn, with everything, we're like all out of focus all the time and we don't live in the present. By having a vision board, you're going to be able to focus in what is needed. Obviously, we're going to be sometimes not focused 100%, but this one is just going to help you to prioritize where you want to go. So as I mentioned before, this is no inspiration. This is actually optimism and makes you very, very happy. So like when you have a vision board, it helps you to be excited and you feel positive about the future too, which is super key because with news, sometimes we feel like, what is the future going to be like? And all of this basically creates this staircase where is the part of manifesting that was what Tanya was sharing with us before, where you kind of like have that goal of visualizing and then from there start taking an action of what you want. So you probably are here, and now that we kind of covered what it is and what are the benefits, you are going to ask me like, okay, but how can I create one and how can I start? So the first thing is actually brainstorm. And it's not brainstorm in just the matter of like, I'm just going to brainstorm what is going to happen next year. There are 4 different parts, and I keep saying it. I actually do a vision board with my parents, and I started last year to just to help them now that they're retired to figure out what to do in life. So the brainstorm actually happened in 4 different areas, and I really hope you remember these different areas. The personal is super, super key. You're going to brainstorm in that part of like, what do you want to achieve? For example, I currently don't have a partner, and my goal is to find somebody who wants to continue joining my life and be together. So that is in my personal life. Also, making my friends in New York is a huge city. So like that can be an example of what can be in the personal. In professional, well, now, as you know, I got laid off, and some of you maybe, or some of you wanted to find a new opportunity in the future, or maybe some of you want to switch careers, which is very common as a human beings. So in this case, you are actually going to think about that professional goal of what you want. Maybe you want to get a raise, or maybe you want to just gain more next year doing some gigs as well. And then spiritual. A lot of people think like right now, like it's not about religion, it's more about the connection with the universe, what you want, what is the energy you want to attract, how do you want to wake up every morning and have like that gratitude for your life and for everyone who is around. That is what I will call more spiritual. But if you are in a church or you believe in something, that can also be part of it. So no Josh from that part. And then financial is kind of like connected with professional, but it's more focusing, do you want to have stocks? Do you want to have more savings? Do you want to pay all your debt? All of those different things that maybe you as an individual wanted to improve. So after you brainstorm in those different areas, you set those images that we were talking at the beginning, and those words of affirmations that are going to inspire you. So for example, in here, I have now a vision board that I had set with the different areas. So in this part, we have the personal. In this part, we have the professional. In this part, we have like what we want just to feel in general with our lives. And this is what is going to help you to figure out what you want next. The last part that I will say that is very, very important, and if you don't want to print it, just have it as the screenshot of your phone, or have it somewhere in your desktop that you can see it and you can actually wake up and meditate and think like, okay, this is what I want this year. How am I moving forward every month, and what I have achieved so far since I started in December 2023. So like having a place where you can go back, meditate, and kind of like push yourself to do it is going to be super, super key in order to make that vision board happen, because obviously it's not magic. Of course, opportunities come, but the most important part is that you actually take an action. You're going to go into the vision board that I created, and it's in community. So it's under here in this little globe, and you're going to basically type down vision board. More people start doing it, which is amazing, to be honest. When I see people, believing in the dreams. But what happened is you're going to basically duplicate this. In this area, you see the cover of basically the vision board. This is a README, which basically covers everything that I was explaining today and what you have to do in order to get the photos. But I'm going to quickly just like give you an example of how to do it. So this is the vision board. You can also edit in the design if you want, if you are more design mindset, but the only thing that you do is actually open in Figma, and I also will share the link with all of you. And you go to the page that says vision board. This one is just for reading, and then the vision board. So in here, I created just a template because it was kind of like what I was thinking, what I want for next year. But let's say Tanya obviously has a different goals. And I'm going to go actually to see one of yours super quick. I would love to develop my skills, get into design training, improve my illustration skills. Okay, so we have that one in personal. So in here, what you're going to do is click, and you're going to click Command P in your computer. That is going to ring this search bar in Figma, Command P, okay? So why Command P? Because we want to use Unsplash, which is basically a stock photos library, where you can go and see them. So in here, as you can see, the magic of Figma has brought us Unsplash, where you can actually go and search for any photo. So in this case, we're going to say, Tanya wants to improve her illustration skills. So we're going to maybe grab somebody drawing and see what we have. So we have this beautiful photo. Maybe Tanya loves this photo. And I'm just going to click in here. And because I selected before in the Figma file, it basically just added there, which is makes it very easy and super fast. So sometimes the photos might scale different. So in this case, the photo is not the same. As you can see, the hand has like a weird shape. So how can you fix this? Don't panic, it's super easy. You click in here, and what you're going to is actually going to say fill, and you're going to turn, and now it's totally fine. It scales completely in the way that you want, and it's not going to, if you print it in your home, it's not going to be a crazy photo that has a crazy scale, okay? So I'm going to do it again just to walk you through the exercise, because that's what I really hope you do after this workshop. And I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to click Command P. I'm going to find the plugin that is called Unsplash. And then I'm going to find another photo. So I'm going to say UX designer. So in here, we have a person writing wireframes, but maybe let's have something more real, Tanya, something that you have the app in your phone and you created a super fun prototype and it looks amazing. So now we have it in here. So super easy, just like this. And maybe the words of affirmations that Tanya wants to have in here, we're going to go back again. Try your best. Okay, so this is what we're going to have in here. Try your best. And that's all. So this is the way that you start using this template that I created. It's super easy to use. How do you print it, and how do you maybe you say, well, Lily, you know, I love the black photo that you picked, but actually I want to have a pink photo. So in here, I created a variance. Now I'm going to go into more design class, but what you can do is detach this style or go in here, and in these little settings, it says edit the style. Or maybe you just pick in the colors that I have in my library and you say, I actually want a cute pink, and I'm going to go into the secondary color here, that is the black. And I think like this looks much better. So like you can edit everything that you see in here. The shape is for a regular page, so it's going to help you to print it. And I'm going to now explain how to export it in order to print it. So after you finish your amazing vision board, you click in here, select everything. And how do you know everything is selected? Because you see this blue frame selected with all the photos. You click in export, you do PNG, and then you just save it in your desktop. After that, you can print it anywhere you can find it, in your printer at home or in the USB, like wherever you find it. But as you can see, it's very, and I wanted to close with this, and then this quote, and I believe in quotes, and it's super inspiring. And I think like Oprah has been an inspiration for me. And it says, create the highest, greatest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. And I think this is super key. If I didn't believe I was able to move to the US and learn a new language and try to connect with other people and be part of like different communities, create soul doodles, then I wouldn't do everything I have right now. I don't have a lot, but I still feel like I am in the process of like growing more. So that comes from that vision that I don't want to be just a person in this world. Instead, like I want to have an impact. So how can I have an impact with that vision? So I really hope you remember this code. It's super, super key. And I really hope it's going to motivate you for next year as well. It's nice to have that mantra, that word that is going to give you, yes, I got this, I can do it, just like Adidas, just do it. But remember that that vision is what you are going to start believing and creating for yourself.